Leilani Melendez, and today I'm going to share with you Adventures in Writing, which is a writing program that is put out by Institute for Excellence in Writing, IEW. I am going to definitely do a full flip through of the book. I'm going to share with you all the things, a little about the structure and why it's put together the way it's put together. But first, I want you to know a little bit about why I'm using this curriculum again this year, because I'm going to confess we did take a break from it last year, but I found that I needed to get right back into it for my kids. And one of my goals for my kids is I want them to be able to communicate, whether it's writing it down, whether it's verbal, even just listening to other people and understanding what other people are saying. In order to do that, there are some things that they need to have, one of which is the skill to communicate, obviously, being able to write effectively to get what they want to say out verbally and on written form. I also need them to develop their vocabulary, because when they're talking to people they don't know those words that are being said, it's going to hinder their understanding and their ability to communicate. So that was what was really important for me. And the curriculum that they used last year, honestly, was not doing it for them. And the whole purpose of me taking a break from IEW was to try something a little bit different to give them variety. But I found out that I needed to get back into it. A little bit about the curriculum. This right here, Adventures in Writing, is part of their themed studies, writing studies. So when you are shopping around on the IEW website and you're looking for curriculum, you're going to find two different types of studies. You're going to find their structure and style, and you're going to find all the different themes. Now you can choose from either one, you can alternate through them, whatever. Structure and style is going to be probably the easiest to do, especially if it's your first year. It's going to be a variety of different things, and you get to stream all the videos. The only thing that you will need to do as a parent is to kind of understand how to use the program, and that understanding is going to help you grade the program, and then give them grade their papers, and then give them good feedback to make it better. With Adventures in Writing, there is no streaming. It's same with the other themes. There is no streaming. You are actually going to be teaching them. There are lots of resources that you can find on their website, online, but I will say this, the teacher manual that they now have for these programs, and this is a newer themed unit, I've noticed they're getting more and more user-friendly. And I will give you a little bit of a flip through so you can kind of see a little bit about what this looks like and how it works. But you can use this teacher manual along with the resources that are provided online. Okay, the student book. By the way, IEW in general is just very predictable. It's very consistent, and you know what you're going to get. There's no surprises like, oh my gosh, I didn't know that was coming, because it's predictable. You know what's coming. So I'm going to talk about it when I do the flip through. Adventures in Writing, the theme for this one, for me it was a little bit confusing trying to understand this idea of what Adventures in Writing means, but basically you're going to be talking about, you know, the adventures and discoveries throughout history with science and music and literature. You're going to be talking about things like Leif Erikson, Benjamin Franklin and the lightning rod. There's a section on conductors and orchestra. So it's just adventurous and adventurous type things. So it's not just whatever writing. There is a theme that goes along with it, and you are touching in on some of, you know, the histories and the sciences, which is great. I think cross-curriculum education is one of the best ways that we can learn. So let me go ahead, without further ado, I'm going to give you guys a flip through. Here is the book cover, and I want to point out that it says implementing the structure and style method. So really quick, if you're not familiar with the structure and style, structure is going to be how you organize writing. That's going to be your outlines, note-taking, summarizing single and multiple references, creative writing, essays, and also critiques. Now the style is going to be all the dress-ups. And if you're not familiar with the dress-up, that's going to be your adjectives, all the different vocabulary words that you're going to use that are adjectives and verbs, and different types of nouns and prepositions. It's going to be the sentence structure. It's going to be how you lay out the grammar so it can be interesting, variety, that kind of stuff. This particular unit, IEW, I'm just going to go ahead and flip to the table of contents, which you're going to see things like Unit 1, note making and outline, Unit 2, writing from notes, retelling narrative stories, summarizing and reference, writing from a picture, summarizing multiple references, inventive writing, and they only go to unit 7. So typical there's 9 units, but this one only goes to unit 7 because it is only written for 3rd through 5th grade, and they're not going to be completing all the units that they usually lay out. So here, the thing with IEW is they're going to repeat those 9 units over and over, or 7 units. For younger kids, they have less units. So they're going to repeat those units over and over and over again. They're just going to create them for a higher level of learning, but they're the same things over and over again. That's why I said it's very predictable. So here's the introduction. They're going to tell you a little bit about how it works in the book. They do have an assignment schedule. Now, this is just suggested. Of course, when we're homeschooling, we can do whatever we want, however we want to. We may find that one of the units we want to take 2 to 3 weeks to do because it's challenging for the student, and that's completely okay. I've done that, especially when you get towards the end where it gets more challenging. Okay, and I'll explain how that works. Here's, of course, the scope and sequence. All right, let's look at lesson 1, and it's going to be note making and outlines, which IEW really hangs on to this note making and outline. All right, we're going to learn about the goals, and then this is your assignment for day 1, day 2, day 3, day 4. Okay, very simple. Literature, they do have, I thought this was really cool. If you want to incorporate literature, they do have a suggested list back in Appendix 1, which I'll go ahead and flip to right now. Here we go. And because they're laying it out, they're expecting you to start at the beginning of the year. They're going to lay it out by month. So of course we've got September, October, November, and December. It just keeps going. But you can see that they have some literature ideas that you can add to it. So a lot of people will ask me if IEW is a complete language arts curriculum. I would say yes, it is. Especially if you're going to follow some of these literature notes. They do have a fix-it grammar, and they do have a spelling program, which I have videos for them as well. I'll probably put a card up at the top, and I'll leave them down in the description box. But it is a complete language arts curriculum, and it all is themed, as you can see right here, with the literature and the writing. Fix-it grammar is amazing too. I'll also leave some information about that. All right, they're going to introduce you to this. They're going to talk about the new structure that's introduced this week, which is the note making and outline. They're going to teach you how to write the information, which is the KWO, which is the keyword outline, which you use every single time in IEW. It's just basically a way to write the outline. You do have symbols that you can use in the outline. It's really cool stuff. And then they have the story the source text is what they actually call it. You are going to read through it. It also gives you some mechanics here, which is capitalize proper nouns, start the keyword outline, and then of course you're going to, this is really cool, this is very important, read, think, look up, speak. So it does teach you how to do some public speaking here, which is extremely important to communication. And this is the whole idea. If you read a line of your notes, you think about it, you look up and you say it, giving eye contact to the audience. And then of course they move on to another source text. You're going to do another keyword outline. Same thing again. You're going to practice it in front of your parents or in front of your siblings as well. Read, think, look up, and speak. And then you have some vocabulary words as well. They do have, now they don't have this anymore. They used to have them in the book. I think some of the other ones may have them in the books, but they would have a blue cards. Now you can actually download the blue cards. They were vocabulary words. And those are optional. You don't need them, but they are helpful if flashcards is something that your child needs. Now, Unit 1, this Unit 1 does not have a rubric because you don't need that until you get to Unit 2. Here you go. Here's Unit 2. And these are what you need to start getting familiar with because you're going to see these from Unit 2 and on. It is a checklist of things that you need to check as a parent when your kid finishes, or your teen finishes writing their paper or completing the assignment for the week or for the lesson. As you go through this, you're going to notice that they're going to add a new style, and then they're going to give you some practice. So it's going to either be a new style or a new structure. And as the lessons move on, you're going to notice this rubric or checklist is going to get longer because you're adding on. See how it's getting longer? All right, you're adding whatever new style or structure that you learned. And then this is going to be one of the last ones, so you can see how long it is. It's building upon itself. That's why I say when you get towards the end, you may want to take 2 weeks to do one of. Now I will point out in the back, they have some references in the appendix. They have the vocabulary words that they learned. Like I said, you can download the cards, but they also have these vocabulary quizzes, which are very helpful. So you can see it's very comprehensive when it comes to language arts. And this covers, I mean, literally the structure and style is going to be covering all your vocabulary, grammar, mechanics. Fix-It Grammar gives you a little bit more grammar. And then of course, I also mentioned the literature, and then there's a spelling program as well. Let me look at the teacher manual. So here is your teacher manual, Adventures in Writing teacher manual. And this one, like I said, their manuals are getting more and more easy to use through the years. Now, they're going to have this little paper in here. That's going to be your student book. This is the information that you want to read before and even during when you're talking to them about it. Now, most kids in the beginning, if it's their first year, you're going to want to walk through these lessons for them. So they're going to actually give you all the information you need for the keyword outline, and you model it for them. And personally, I like to model it every single time, even if your student knows how to do it. And the reason is because when you model something, a child is going to go back and self-correct them more likely and actually retain that self-correction than if you get their paper and look at their mistakes and point out their mistakes and correct them that way. It's easier for them to self-correct themselves than hear criticism from someone else, because a lot of our kids are going to shut down and not want to receive that criticism. So I want to encourage you to model and keep modeling things for them, especially, you know, actually, especially if you've seen mistakes. But I mean, you should just do it anyway. That's just my opinion. That's just my opinion. I think it's a good idea. Of course, some of these are going to do by themselves later on. Sometimes you may want to go back to modeling. You know, you can kind of play with it. And of course, you can see this part right here, this gray part that you go over. It you know, you could say it's open and go because it's so short. I've seen some curriculum where the part that you read and study for your kid before you actually teach them is incredibly long. This is not. It's very short. So in my opinion, the only work that you're really going to have to put into it, besides sitting with them and going through it briefly, 15 minutes in my opinion is how long it takes, is the grading of their paper when it's done. And learn, and don't be afraid to learn with them, because and that's with any curriculum, you should be learning along with them. As you read through it and do the whole program together, you're going to find out that you're going to become a better writer too, and a better communicator. So it benefits both you and your child. So there you go. It's great. I love this teacher manual. Thank you guys again so much for writing. I do have links down in the description box below if you're interested in this program. Once again, my name is Leilani Melendez, and this was Adventures in Writing. I will put another video right here more about IEW and their structure and style, and hopefully I will see you guys later. Bye.